I hope you get this message. For years now, I follow your YouTube sometimes, mostly when I'm out of reality and get feelings that show me a not good direction. I do have one question, which for some part I can get answers by myself, but Lisa, how would you advise not to lose non-dual reality during daily life? How can I do this? Learn to get and to stay in the awareness of non-duality. When things seem to be so important sometimes, can we still realize reality anyways all of the time? Or do we have to get lost in our doing, feeling, sensations? I guess not. More likely, I think it's sort of giving the heart and the reality priority in the first place. Then I would have to be open not to do things or to do them differently than I thought or than other people think. I realize there's a problem of adaptation. When I'm at work for earning money, there are so many things that people expect me to do, also in the family. So I guess it needs lots of patience, love, discipline also, in order to sort or install openings up for reality in any moment. It seems to me first we have to allow being in contact, realizing reality for ourselves, and then sort of also smartly find out how we can do so that also in daily life we don't disturb ourselves and one another so much. We have wrong or no picture of reality. Think in terms of me and you, myself, yourself. Think this or that would have to be like this or that. Do you know what I mean? How can I get more often awareness, train my will to do so? Can I do that? Do you want to answer this? Actually, there's nothing that you can do to get to yourself, because the you is appearing in who you truly are. So the you is an object that's being experienced by who you are. What can happen is when you put the attention in this moment, there is a sense of that. It can happen through joyful things or it can happen through practice. There is a sense of something bigger than yourself. So it's almost like it's touching it or it's relaxing the suffering, and there is this sense of something bigger. And it feels like your effort that you move your attention to this moment. And then what you believe is, you believe if I keep practicing that, I will one day get to non-dual realization, there will be some type of shift. But all of this is in your conceptual way of thinking. And it's not about you arriving at it, because who would arrive at it? So who would arrive at non-duality? Who are you? Which is really beautiful. There just is this non-dual reality, which is really disappointing for the person, because the person would rather be able to get it and do it and get there, because if it does, then it's got hope. And that hope actually can dissipate feelings of despair or feelings of emptiness, so that hope feels good, that you can do something to get somewhere. But who is this person? This is the most fundamental question. Who is this person that will arrive? Who is this person that's practicing? It's not in any way that I'm suggesting you don't move your attention to this moment. I think this can be really helpful and really beneficial for the person. It can settle the mind down, it can bring you lots of benefit, and can stop neurosis, but it's not going to get you anywhere, because you do not exist. So with this practice isn't about getting enlightened. This practice is about the relaxation of the illusory person. And in that relaxation, there can be this knowing of something that's beyond you, that when the person isn't so crazy or neurotic or in so much pain, there is this joy that can begin to manifest, this other reality that can begin to take over. But again, it's not you that does it. So then, really what you're asking me in the question, in your question, is not how do you get to non-duality or how do you get to this freedom. What you're asking actually is I don't think you're really concerned about that. What you're asking is, how do I suffer less in my day-to-day living and not get so involved in what's happening around me? How do I suffer less? And there's many ways in which you can suffer less. Number one is getting to know the body-mind mechanism. Number two, practicing exercises like putting your attention back in this moment rather than it running into lots of dramatic stories. Number three is getting to know your chakras and what it is that you truly want. Identifying what it is that your body's saying, and then focusing more on the positivity of what you want rather than the negativity of what you don't have. All of these super healing for the body. And there is a process to that, and this will settle down the person. And then as the person settles down, there can be, but not always the way, that life is really mysterious, we don't know how it's happening. But as you become happier, there can be this sense of something bigger. So really my recommendation is focus on becoming more happy and more balanced. And in that, at some point, non-dual realization will be heard. But it's not down to you, it's beyond you. Like, you can't get to it, because you, in a way, is always out of this moment. It's always a thought about future or past, like you is never really here. But as that illusory you becomes more happy, it begins to forget about itself. When the person's really suffering, it's like really thinking a lot about itself and contracted. So in your day-to-day life, you have to become more conscious of your body, more conscious of what it wants, and more conscious of the games that you're playing with people. The reason that it's uncomfortable is because, one, you could be an empath and you're very sensitive to the feelings around you. But two, also, and this is true for an empath as well, is that you don't focus enough on what you want in a beautiful way, not in a selfish and like contracted way, but in an expansive way. You're not focused so much on that. You're focused on what you should be, what you think you should be, what you think other people should be. And you could say that you focus more on blame, guilt, shame, pride, expectation, rather than every moment, what is it I want from this situation? Which is so powerful and beautiful. So I'm sure lots of you have heard in the past that I'm a fan of the law of attraction. I don't think law of attraction is a personal thing. I just think it's the nature of reality. That if you keep telling yourself you're a victim, then you're going to find perpetrators. And if you believe that you can do something, then you will be able to accomplish it. If you have this positivity and this beautiful belief. And actually, when you focus on what you want, what you truly want, it's actually very pleasurable and beautiful. You could say it's like a bliss, it's like love, it's super healing, not in a selfish way, like, or a contracted way, like I want the other person to stop moaning. Like that's a contracted one. I mean, like, I want to have harmony with the other person, which is really expansive. I want us to experience harmony together and really beautiful. And most of the time, we're not focused on what we want. Most of the time, most people are focused on what they don't have and lack. And this creates immense seeking and suffering. And what this is doing, the wanting, is it's counteracting the opposite. So the practice of wanting. So if you feel really unloved, so you have a lot of pain in your chest, and when you're at work, you often feel like people are criticizing you or having lots of expectations of you. So if you feel very criticized and not good enough, then by focusing on more that it is you want rather than what it is you don't have, like noticing people criticizing you or the way they're treating you or ways in which you're going to fail, you focus more of what it is, of what you want. Like, I want to have a really successful and productive day today, which is open and it's expansive. I want to thrive. I want to get on with my colleagues. I want to appreciate my colleagues and my colleagues to appreciate me. Most of the time we're looking for who's not appreciating us, who's doing this or who's doing that. And with empaths it's true as well. So empaths they're slightly different because you're picking up people's feelings around you, and so therefore if somebody's very angry, you can feel that, and they might not even be close to you, might not even be able to see them, but you can feel that anger. But still, if the empath can remain focused on what it is they want, it will maneuver into the positive. Is like you can acknowledge that anger, but then what is it you want? I want people to be happy. I want people to be free. It's not that I don't want to experience the anger, because that's more of a negative. It's like I want people to be happy. I want people to be free. I want to feel my essence rather than other people's essence. Like my essence has beauty in it. There's different ways in which you can put it. Okay, thank you for your question.